into Home Goods right now. I've actually never been to a Home Goods. I've only been into the Home Goods, like what's inside of TJ Maxx when I go there, if they have any home good items. So I'm really excited. This teddy bear is huge.
Look at it.
That's super cute. Oh, Santa.
Mm-hmm.
It's a candle holder. Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
Isn't that cute?
Hey guys. My mom and I just went shopping all day for curtain rods, curtains. As you can see, everything's a little bare. So we found some really good gray curtains and some great curtain rods and got some good deals at Kohl's. And then we went to Home Goods for the first time for me. I have near my house a TJ Maxx that has Home Goods in it. I know they're like affiliated, but we just went to a straight Home Goods store and it was amazing. Now I know what everyone's talking about. And now I'm just gonna eat some more of my Panera salad that I have left over. Looking pretty good. I got their seasonal squash soup and their chicken Caesar salad, which was amazing. Look at these little princesses. So as part of my story time, I want you guys to know who's who, if you care. The dog chewing the bone is Bella. She's like gray and white. And the dog over to the right is Maddie. She's the littlest. She only weighs about 6.5 pounds. And she's white and brown. And the pretty much all tannish brown one, which is the bigger dog right there, is Chloe. And she's usually the troublemaker. She's the biggest one. So now we'll get to our story time. Hi guys. So, I am going to have to combine a few days. I didn't get as much vlog footage as I would have liked. We had a lot going on. I was with my parents a lot. We did some putting up curtains and different things, and I just forgot to film. We were just so busy. And so I wanted to tell you guys, just to give you some more footage, something to listen to, put on in the background when you're doing some holiday stuff, is a story time. So, Wednesday I traveled to where my husband is working and I went to visit him and I was going to bring the dogs, and then I met up with my mom and we did some shopping. I went to carry stuff out and Maddie, the littlest dog, runs out the door when I'm carrying stuff and she starts running down the driveway. She runs down across the street and I got so upset and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm getting ready to leave and all this is going on. So I coax her back, I grab her, I take her inside, I scold her, and then I'm like, okay, well, we have a fenced in yard. I'm like, maybe I should just put them all in the yard while I'm carrying stuff in. That'll be safer. So I go and I put the dogs in the yard. As usual, nothing strange, and I start packing up my car, and then our trash man came, and I started to talk to the trash man, and I noticed that they weren't like jumping at the gate, you know, there was someone there, and so the trash man drove away, and I looked over, and I just saw Chloe, which is the biggest dog, usually the troublemaker. She was sitting by the front door and just sitting there, waiting to go inside. And it was just so unusual because Chloe's always the last one that goes inside. She's always the one that doesn't listen. And I looked in the yard and I didn't see Maddie or Bella. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I was freaking out. I just was convinced that they were still in the yard, and our yard isn't very big, so obviously they weren't. But I'm like, okay, I go in the house and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna open the door and I'll call for them and they'll just be here. Maybe they're around by the tree or back by, there's a couple bushes. And I just walked out and I realized, like, they're definitely not there. And then I looked over by where the fence meets the wall to our house, and it was like kind of pushed forward. Now granted, this is like a smaller fence, and there was like a gap there, and then my heart just sunk. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be going and traveling like you know, over an hour away, almost 2 hours, and I had packed up the car, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my dogs are gone, and you know, I'm a terrible dog mom. And I was just freaking out. So I started walking down the streets, and like my car was so packed, and I had these TVs that I was taking down, and I just kept thinking, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to drive around, you know, quickly. And then I have all the stuff in the car, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how far they got when they went missing. I was freaking out. And so I started walking the street, and I had like this treat container, and I was shaking it, calling their name. I felt like it was like Beethoven, and I was shaking this treat container, and they just start running. They just come out of nowhere by these houses, and they just start running down the street, and I just like tried to coax them the best that I could. I was like, oh, you know, come here, and talking all sweet to them, and I scooped them up and grabbed them very quickly, and took them back to the house, and then I packed everything up and left. But whoa, that is why I like didn't get a chance to like vlog or plan anything out. And then the next day we were supposed to go to, either the next day or the day before, we were supposed to go to the Hershey Outlets. I know I kind of posted about that, but then we ended up not going because we were like got sucked into, my mom and I got sucked into looking for curtain rods and curtains, and everything took so long, and we were like, oh my gosh, whatever, we're not going to do that. And then today I thought I'm going to vlog a few things, but I ended up really doing nothing. I slept in really late. My mom and I met up with each other again. We ate lunch. How many times do you really want to watch people eating? So I will be posting this shortly, so you'll be seeing this. And then I'm going to post a question and answer next as part of my day 7 vlog. So stay tuned, and there'll be some fun stuff planned out this weekend. So see you guys. Bye.